I'm Jay, and welcome to the special video presentation of Weirdos, a YouTube channel. As you may know, we started season 2 weeks ago almost, and we decided to start putting videos on the tube as well.
Yes.
So our first video is on YouTube. It's us from the side. We look lovely. So this is fun. Let's do this every week. So season 2, episode 2 comes out this week, and there is no video to go along with it. Why is that?
Well, one of us did a thing and didn't do the thing the right way.
This is true. That one of us is him. I don't even know if you necessarily didn't do it the right way, but you, I guess your phone just at the end was like, you know what, I don't want to record this anymore.
So I was using an app that came with a little gimbal thing that I have, and I didn't realize there was a time limit. And we were spitting gold. The whole video was amazing. And then I went to check the recording, and it didn't save.
Yeah. So that sucks. So I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so we're actually going to the Offspring tonight at Brooklyn Bowls. So I'm like, we're going to be together. Let's make some videos while we're here, including this little companion to go with our new episode. So the new episode drops on Wednesday, and it's about what we wanted to be when we grew up. There's several things that I had come up with that you had come up with. You had your number one. I had my number one. We won't spoil that by any means. But we just wanted to talk to you and maybe talk about some other things that we neglected to mention in that episode. Like, I've always been a hot air balloon enthusiast, as you can tell by my very stylish jacket.
It's such a beautiful coat.
It's so beautiful. It's so small for me, but it's so beautiful.
It's the jacket Dolly Parton was singing about. Jay's coat of many colors.
Also, side note, season 1, my version was all shot in this very room. So you were in my podcast studio / dog room / storage room / guest bedroom / movie room / library / game room / it's too small to have all this shit in it. Anyways, so thank you guys for listening so far. We're having a lot of fun with season 2 so far. We have producer Rodney Knopfsinger is helping us sound great.
Yeah, we sound amazing.
Sound great. Yeah, sounds great. We're doing it from RKN Studios, or RKN Sound Lab, which is in Rodney's house. He set up a little studio for us, which is great. I've said great like 10 times.
Worth it.
Yeah. And our new theme song and video and logo from Scuffle Moss Treeman, who did a fantastic job. If you ever need anything like that done, hit him up. He's reasonable. He's great, and very professional. Despite what he looks like, he is very professional. So anyways, here we are. Wednesday, what do you want to be when you grow up? We had our major talking points, but I was thinking about, I'm like, you know what, there were 2 other things I could think of that I wanted to be when I grew up, that we didn't really talk about on the podcast. One of which was Gambit from the X-Men.
Wow.
I know. So he's always my favorite X-Man. I love that he could throw cards. He had that cool cane, the cool jacket.
Was it Hardy's?
We got that in common already.
Was it Hardy's back in the day that had the toy that was the X-Men toys? Because I want to say I got a Gambit toy from Hardy's.
Somebody did, because I remember what you're talking about. Yeah. But I always wanted to be Gambit, and we always play. Like, me and my friends would be at my grandmother's house. We'd play outside, and I always wanted to be Gambit. And then, of course, we always had to have girlfriends, and I always wanted to have Rogue, but my friend would always have Rogue, so I'd have to have Psylocke. It was a scandal for sure. But what I remember most about me wanting to be Gambit is we would play X-Men in playground in school all the time. And this was, senior year of high school? I'm kidding. It was elementary school, I guess, middle school. But I remember we were playing X-Men on the playground, and I was Gambit, and my friend, I think his name was Justin Daniels, was Bishop. But he was white, but whatever. So we're playing, and we're fighting. I'm throwing cards, and I decide to use my powers to box his ears. So like a dick, I run up behind him, and I was like, I'm Gambit! Ha! And he starts bawling his eyes out.
Probably
the teacher comes, rips me off the playground. I go to the principal's office. Then I proceeded to cry because I didn't like being in the principal's office. But that was just another thing, another little tidbit that I always wanted to be Gambit when I got older.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. I don't really know that there was that much else I wanted. Like, I think I wanted to be a BMX rider at one point because I used to ride my bike all around the neighborhood.
Dude, sweet wheelies and flips. Like, check us out.
Mom,
are you watching?
Used to go over ramps and that my dad would build with cinder blocks and pieces of plywood, and thought it was super cool. And those dreams were dashed when I went around the corner riding down the road and went off the road over my handlebars, and the bike landed on top of me, and all my friends laughed. And I was like, well, I don't want to experience that again. So the BMX dreams, they went away. Other than that, no, I never really had any, professional toy player with her. I don't know. I had all kinds of action figures. So
I mean, we're kind of like that already to an extent. But
I just collected action figures, and so.
So BMX, that's why you love Hot Rod so much. Part of the reason you love Hot Rod.
It's probably one of my top 10 favorite comedies. It's so bad, but it's so good.
It's very funny. The only other thing I could think of is, again, I was up at like from 3:30 to 5 this morning. I'm like writing all these ideas in my notepad, waiting for. I wonder if Kellen's up yet, and to text them to you. So this was not something I wanted to be when I grew up, but it's something that I would love to do now. And this is going to sound absolutely asinine, but I would love to own a video store, like Orbit DVD in Asheville, that we went to, and they had like the horror stuff. All the horror stuff. I absolutely love that. I love organization. I love like putting stuff in order and tying it up. And like I would, like sometimes I go to like Great Escape and like, Jesus Christ, like if I worked here, I would be here all night straightening all this up. Like, why is this Superman comic book in the X's with X-Men? It makes no sense. It's chaos. It's chaotic. But I always, like now, being the old man that I am, like I appreciate that. Like I used to work at Hollywood Video, and I loved working at Hollywood Video. I'm like, oh, I have a stack of movies. We're going to go put them in alphabetical order. Like I loved it. So I've thought about them. Like with all the stuff I collect, all the stuff I have, like I could set up my own little shop, have like old horror movies playing. Like I had like. It would just be a dream if I could do that. Of course, it's not that sustainable, obviously, but that's just something I would just love to do.
If we're talking about that, like there is something that like I've wanted to be for years, is to be an actual movie reviewer, like an actual movie critic, and that all came from the pretentiousness. It's a big pretentious word, but the pretentiousness of most of the movie reviewers now is like they rate down movies that I think are fantastic for the sake of artistic or message movies. It's what I call movies where it's more about the message they're trying to sell than it is the actual quality of the movie.
They are definitely pretentious.
So I remember, like, this will show you my age, but I remember getting the newspaper and having to look up showtimes, and they would have the reviews in there. And there was so many times I'd be like, what's a garbage review? I love that movie. And so I was like, you know what? I would love to be an actual, like, everyman movie reviewer.
I would love to break everyone down with my words.
Well, not to be, because, like, you do the movie reviewing Sad Spaceman video.
Yeah, it's not.
And and considering that I would want to be a movie reviewer, I've helped out zero. But I just thought that would be, I love movies, so I thought to get paid to go to the movie theater and watch a movie and then be like, sucked.
Like, The Godfather was boring. I said it. I watched it for the first time this week, and I said it. It was boring. It was great. I loved it, but it was boring.
You also gave 3 stars to Demolition Man. Which
I know. I knew you were going to say something. I knew you were going to say something about that. I like Judge Dredd better. Judge Dredd's the one I watched, and you're like, you need to watch Demolition Man. All right. I don't know. Maybe it's just my attention span that day. I know there's sometimes I watch movies, and like I'm like, I hate this, and I'm like, I need to go back and watch it again. And when I go back and watch it again, I'm like, okay, this is a good movie. Demolition Man maybe one of those. It was funny.
Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, Rob Schneider. God.
I think Rob Schneider and Stallone were best friends back then.
They ran a lot of movies together.
Yeah, they had been like buddies.
And then
did Schneider have a stock in Planet Hollywood? But yeah, Demolition Man was okay. I don't know. I'll watch it again in a couple of years, and maybe my maybe my opinion changed, but you're not going to bully me into giving it any more stars. Like I thought about like you and then John, the other guy who said something about it. I'm like, I guess I could give it another half a star. And I'm like, no, I will not be bullied into giving this a higher rating than I wanted to.
If you watch carefully, and I know this is true because I watched it on VHS, in the unthawing scene, you can see Stallone's ball.
Whoa. You heard it here. Go watch Demolition Man, you can see Sly's left nut.
It's the only reason to watch the movie. Yep, there it is.
So now I picture Kellen pausing.
Well, that's actually very accurate because me and my cousin were watching it. I was like,
was that his balls?
I was like 12 maybe, and we were watching it at his house. And yeah, that was exactly what happened. What was that? And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I think I just saw his balls.
Were they furry? They have little boxing gloves.
Well, it was VHS, so it was still. No, it was blurry, but you can see it. He's curled over in that little fetal position in that tub, and real quick, it's just like
ball. Bloop. Hey, he maybe got paid extra for that. I don't know. All right, well, you see the tracks behind us because we are off of them. But this one's short and sweet. Hopefully, our next episode we'll get full video and full experience. We have some ideas. We're still kicking around, so it should be good. But again, we just want to give you a little tidbit of this week's episode. Today's Saturday when we're recording this. I'll probably have this done tomorrow. So you're looking at Sunday, and then it drops Wednesday. We're also going to be doing shows every other week now instead of every week. It's a little much, especially now that we're going to a studio and not doing it from the privacy and convenience of our own homes.
Right.
But thank you, everybody who's listened so far. We look forward to giving you some more episodes. Again, this Wednesday, 7 a.m., you can hear the What I Want to Be When I Grow Up episode. I forget what we actually titled it, but it's going to be good. I think it was a good one. We've heard good feedback already from the last episode, mostly about how good we sound because someone turned the microphone the correct way this time and talked into it properly. That's what happens when you're in a room in a corner by yourself recording and you don't know the tricks of the trade.
If only you'd read the one-page pamphlet that came with the
microphone. You plug it in, you talk into it. It's not that hard.
Apparently.
Apparently it is. So thanks for listening again. Follow us on Instagram. We have a TikTok. This won't end up on TikTok because it's probably too long. Facebook, just search Weirdos Podcast. You're already watching us on YouTube, so we don't have to tell you that it's the YouTube channel is Weirdos, a YouTube channel. But share it with your friends. We appreciate it, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
This is gonna be on YouTube, right? So hit that subscribe button
wherever it's at. Just point everywhere. It's somewhere on there. So we'll see you when we see you. I'm Jay.
I'm Kellen.
And until next time, keep it